Hey guys, Sarah and Leo here.
Hey.
I had a little idea because the new year started a month ago. 2 months ago at this point.
It's moving quick.
And this is something that we talked about on Disney Movie News, but since some of you, for some reason, 3 years in, oh, hi Pasta, don't watch Disney Movie News yet, I thought we'd do a video about it.
About why they should watch Disney Movie News?
No, about our most anticipated Disney movies of 2018.
Oh.
It's just like, there's a lot of... There's a lot of really exciting Disney movies coming out this year.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot of exciting Disney movies every year.
Right. Well, this year in particular.
You think so?
We were getting 3 Marvel movies this year.
It's true. Big ones.
Yeah.
Big ones.
Multiple Disney animated movies, including Pixar, and a bunch of Disney live action.
We're
gonna go over it.
What are we getting?
So far this year, there's already one huge movie that I was really excited about that came out.
Oh, it already came out.
Yeah, the Black Panther.
Oh, Black Panther.
Yeah. So that's the first Marvel movie.
Yeah.
The other 2 Marvel movies coming out this year are Infinity War and Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
Yes. It's hard because Black Panther already came out, but I think it'll be hard for both. Well, it's not going to be hard for Ant-Man. I don't think either of them are going to be better than Black Panther.
Ooh, man. It's tough to like compare the hype of Black Panther and Infinity War, right? They're both like some of the most highly anticipated Marvel movies ever.
I just think that Black Panther is an original story and a really unique superhero movie.
It stands alone.
Right. And Infinity War is going to be great because
it's the culmination of a decade.
It's a culmination of a decade,
Yeah.
and it's just fun for us to see all these characters on screen together.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a better movie than Black Panther.
No, well, I can almost guarantee that it won't be a better movie. Like, how in the world can you make me care? Well, that's what all the other movies leading up to this were. This is sort of like the action scene at the end of a movie, only instead of at the end of a movie, it's at the end of a series of movies of 10 years. Yeah. It's the finish line movie. Yeah. So
but it's also not even because we're getting Infinity War Part 2.
I know.
So it's like the start of the end.
Yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp is just kind of like a happy little bonus in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a little perk movie. I personally loved Ant-Man.
I love Ant-Man too.
And now we're getting Wasp, who, by the way, long-standing member of the Avengers. It's about time.
Evangeline Lilly.
Yeah. All right, Turiel. All right, Lost. You know what I'm saying?
Lost. So the next movie that I have actually already seen is Wrinkle and Time.
A Wrinkle in Time.
I'm not yet allowed to say what I thought about it, but I will say that it was one of my most anticipated movies of 2018. I was really looking forward to seeing it because I read the book.
Do you think that it is highly anticipated?
No.
I don't think so either.
No, but I'm just saying that previous to seeing it, I would have said it was one of the movies I'm most excited to see in 2018.
It is cool that we are getting a fantasy Disney film this year, though. That's cool. I hope we get more films like this.
The other live action movie that we're getting this year, other than Solo, which we'll talk about, is Mary Poppins Returns, which I also would say is one of my most... the movies I'm excited about the most for 2018.
Yeah. I've never particularly been drawn to Mary Poppins. I understand its significance, especially within the Disney fandom. But the movie has never really greatly appealed to me. Obviously, I watched it as a kid. Obviously, I know that it's a classic. And I'm not super excited because of Mary Poppins. What I'm excited for is how they plan on interpreting Mary Poppins today. And the fact that, of course, our poster child for all things minority, Lin-Manuel Miranda is in it, and I'm curious to see what he does with the property because he's been sort of pepping everything up lately.
So yeah, I mean, I'm excited about it just because I feel like there's a lot of hype around it with like what you said with Lin being in it, and also people just being excited.
Also, a sequel to a movie that's how old?
It came out in the 60s.
Right, exactly. 60s, and we're getting a sequel which, although it's not technically like its own universe, there is a definite feel to Mary Poppins.
I think with Saving Mr. Banks and things like that, like Mary Poppins has kind of like had a resurgence in the fandom. Like they do a lot more Mary Poppins stuff in the park. Like they made the Jolly Holiday Bakery.
Yeah.
They do the castle show with Mary and Bert. Mary and Bert still meet. Like, I think...
I think it's important because I think it comes with the resurgence of the Disney fandom.
Right.
Like, right now, the Disney fandom, the Disney following, Disney parks, all of it. I mean, Disney owns everything, first of all. But all of the fan stuff is at another peak, right? It's like a second renaissance right now in terms of like Disney's content. So you've got the renaissance of the 90s for sure, but then you have classic Disney, and they're trying to, sort of reinstill that magic. And Mary Poppins has also sort of been a poster boy for Disney. So you've got a lot of icons coming together to bring you this movie, and there's a lot of weight on it, I think, in Disney's shoulders.
But I think this is a really exciting year for Disney animation, Disney and Pixar animation, which
Pixar
I think
finally making their comeback.
What, with Incredibles 2?
Well,
you just think they've been doing well lately?
They've just been doing. They're doing better. They started
with Coco.
Coco. They're picking up the slack.
Yeah.
Getting Incredibles 2. A lot of muscle behind it. A lot of marketing muscle.
Yeah, a lot of marketing. Pixar, the big movie for the year is Incredibles 2.
Super hyped.
Yeah.
That's my and I'm.
It's one of your most
highly anticipated movies. Yeah. What else? What other animated features are we getting from Disney?
We're getting Ralph Breaks the Internet.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Which
It's so funny because I never relate it to Disney. I don't think.
Really?
Well, I just my mind doesn't default Wreck-It Ralph Disney because Wreck-It Ralph is so different from every other Disney property. Wreck-It Ralph, totally new demographic and direction for Disney. It's cool that it worked out, and it's even cooler that we're getting a new, and it's not just a new film. It's like a very socially savvy film.
Right. So it's funny. Like, I can't super remember, and like I wasn't at a point where I was like following Disney as intensely as I am now. But I do think that I remember people being like, oh, a movie about video games, is this going to be like cheesy and dated eventually? And I think the same things are being said about Ralph Breaks the Internet.
But they were smart though because they made it about retro video games.
Right.
And retro video games are already retro.
Do you think it's going to be harder for them to do something with the internet?
Internet fads come and go, and it certainly dates things because what they usually do is reinterpret it, right? Like they didn't use Call of Duty, they used Heroes Duty,
right?
So that it'll always be sort of relevant.
Yeah.
In this, are they going to use avatars in a way that is not directly related to a way that we use avatars now? So because I'm pretty sure we'll always have avatars, we'll always have social media, we'll always have websites. If they like just kind of stay to the surface ideology of these concepts, then it could, perpetually be relevant for longer. But
right. Well, we already know that they go to ohmydisney.com.
So they plan on having that around for some time.
Right. I think and I know, I guess, I'm more excited for Ralph Breaks the Internet than Incredibles 2.
Well, it's okay to be wrong.
I'm just like so invigorated by what we saw at D23.
I'm way more curious about Wreck-It Ralph than I am about Incredibles, but I'm more excited about Incredibles.
Right. Solo.
Solo, Star Wars.
I'm like, what are we forgetting?
First of all, the fact that we're not getting a Star Wars movie in December is crazy.
It's weird.
You excited about it though?
Yeah, I'm really excited. Like, I
am. I'm just glad we're getting Star Wars. I am aware that not every single piece of Star Wars content that we get will be solid gold, but what I am guaranteed is that they'll all be fun movies. They all sort of expand this universe and build upon it in a creative, artistic way that's visually fun. They introduce Star Wars to newer generations, which a lot of people obviously have problems with. They hold on to, Star Wars is so different, it's not the same. But you'll always have the original trilogy if that's what you want.
I think what we saw of Lando alone is like
they should have just called
exciting.
It Lando, not Solo.
No. But you know what I mean? Like that trailer was like, ooh, Lando. What?
Yeah, that was my favorite part when Chewbacca was like, Lando.
Yeah, that was my favorite part too. Any other year with like a different Star Wars movie, like with one of the trilogy movies, I would be more excited about Star Wars than I would be for Marvel. But this year I am more excited for like Infinity War than I am for Solo.
Well, it's a big year, yeah. And also, like, I feel like your fandom for Marvel has just grown tremendously.
My Star Wars fandom has grown too.
It has, but sometimes I wonder which you like more.
Sometimes I wonder which I like more too.
I feel like you follow the Marvel universe more closely than the Star Wars universe.
I feel like I follow them
tangential.
The same.
I never thought, when we started dating, that you would be this into. I mean, you were like asking your friends for Star Wars words to impress me, and now you know just as much as anybody else.
No, like, not as much as you.
You also care about the fandom surrounding it. I think most hardcore Star Wars fans, they only care about the film and the meaning of Star Wars. It's like it's bigger than that.
Yeah,
it's bigger than that. And you and I are both fans of fandom.
Right, and I also am the perfect example of Disney being a Disney fan.
You're the result of them rebooting,
right?
This.
And acquiring Marvel and acquiring Star Wars and making me care.
Yeah. So here's my statement: I don't care about all those fanboys that are all, oh no, Star Wars, because of the way it was treated. Now I have a girlfriend who's super into it, who otherwise wouldn't have been. So there's my argument.
If any like crybaby fanboys find this, they're gonna be like, "We didn't need her to be in the fandom."
And I didn't need you to leave that comment.
Okay, so if you had to say like the number one movie you're most excited about for the year, just like number one spot. If someone was like, you could see one of them tomorrow.
Infinity War. Or Incredibles. Or Wreck-It Ralph. Yeah, maybe I think it would be Infinity Wars. I think that the hype left, because if you would have asked me this in December, I would have said Black Panther. Yeah.
Realistically, if I could pick any movie to see tomorrow, it probably would be Infinity War, but it might be Wreck-It Ralph.
It's tough, man.
I know we didn't like necessarily talk about every single movie that's coming out this year. Like obviously there's going to be a Disney nature film and like all that stuff. Wow. So
that's
your number one. But... If there's any we didn't talk about that you're most excited for, let us know in the comments below. Otherwise, also just let us know what your number one most anticipated movie of 2018 is from Disney.
Yeah, but I would actually like to know if you guys are watching this, were you a Marvel or Star Wars fan before Disney got their hands on it, and were you converted by Disney? I'm just curious because I think that's a really interesting statistic.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. And thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.